Hey, good morning and welcome. Welcome to the finally, no, it's not. It's Thursday. I started to say the finally Friday edition of the program, but it's not. It's Thursday. Hey, we welcome you into the show. This is the Tom Barfield Show. We are presented by Toe King. That's right. Our good friends, Gary Hoffman and his team over at Toe King. Here's that 24-hour emergency roadside assistance phone number for you. It's 254-666-5484. I think we mentioned the other day. I'm not sure that we've given you this number enough, but it's the roadside assistance number. I hope you never have to use it. I really do. But if you do, isn't it nice to have it handy? So go ahead and put that in your phone. 254-666-5484. It's Toe King. It's a company you can count on. And Gary Hoffman and his team, and it's mainly family and friends that take care of you over there. They do a wonderful job. We welcome you into the program. We are live this morning from Salt Lake City, Utah, where it's 56 degrees this morning. Lark Smith back in Waco. That's not the studio, Lark Smith. Where are you?
I'm at home.
So Lark is at the auxiliary studio, also known as his man cave.
There you go.
All right. Well, good. 56 here. It's nice. Boy,
77
nice.
Here.
Yeah.
And humid.
It's not humid here. We got mountains. It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
So.
I love out there, the Wasatch Mountains, especially if you go across the mountains over to Park City and Heber City.
That we're doing that tomorrow.
Yeah, look back to the west. Mount Timpanogos is just beautiful. It's just a wonderful. I think Gifford Nielsen called it God's country. It is just so beautiful out there.
Yeah, we're going to find out because and they tell me you got to kind of sneak through the middle of the mountain to get over to Park City. So we're gonna do that. We're going to do that tomorrow once this Friday edition of the program is over. Today's the Thursday edition of the program.
Well, also, while you're out there, see if you can't make your way over to Sundance.
Sundance.
Yes, it's a resort that was once owned by Robert Redford.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it. Yeah,
it's a beautiful little facility there. That's where they started the Sundance Film Festival. They now hold it in Park Cities, but now anytime I'm out that way, I will always go stay at the Sundance Resort. It's kind of a recharge for me to get into the mountains.
Well, they're here. Trust me, they're here. You know what? It is a little bumpy, and I forgot about that because I flew in here 2 years ago, going south to Provo. Provo's a little further south where BYU's located.
Right.
But a lot of times you just fly in here because it's just as easy. It's 36 miles down. It's like running up to Hillsboro. But anyway, so because of the mountains, it's always a little bumpy landing. And it just is. I mean, you just got to get used to it. Anywhere there's mountains. I mean, heck, you land in Vegas because that little mountain. It gets a little bumpy. But anyway, on the program today, we're going to talk golf. The PGA Championship is up and running. I believe they're in the great state of Pennsylvania. We'll talk about that with Jones Mitchell today as we talk golf. And I want to talk some local golf with Jonesy. I mean, the Baylor women's golf team did a number yesterday. MCC men's team doing well. Women's team is fighting. So we're going to get into some local golf with Jones Mitchell as well as the PGA Championship with Jones today on the program. And also, and I don't know where he's at. I mean, but he's somewhere here. But we're going to talk with the Bears head coach, Mitch Thompson. The Bears and Utah. Final 3 games of the season beginning tonight, tomorrow night, and then Saturday afternoon. And then it's on to Arizona and to surprise Arizona for the Big 12 baseball. Yes, I said surprise Arizona. I did not say Arlington, Texas. We're going to talk to Mitch about that, I can assure you. So we'll do that with the fourth-year head coach of the Baylor Bear baseball program, Mitch Thompson. That's coming up in our program as well. Lark, a couple of things I want to get to. One, you know what? I'm going to begin here.
Okay.
There's many who know Larry Weeks. Larry Weeks was a longtime football official in the greater Waco area. And I'm not talking about just a football official in the Waco area. He was a big-time Southwest Conference official, Big 12 official. He's worked some elite football games. He's worked national championships. I look up one day and I'm watching the Rose Bowl on New Year's Day, and there he is officiating the Rose Bowl. He was that kind of an official. Terrific guy, and I know at the very end of his career, He was running the play clock and the game clock and all that kind of stuff at Waco ISD Stadium, where you work a lot of football games. So you interacted with Larry quite a bit as well. But Larry Weeks passed away, I believe it was yesterday, and has gone on to be with the Lord. So our thoughts and our prayers are with Larry's family and his wife and everyone that knew and loved Larry Weeks. So our thoughts and prayers are with the Weeks family.
Absolutely. Larry was always there at Waco ISD Stadium. Most of the time he was kind of an observer of the officials and kind of helping the officials get their game better, because you know as well as I do, a lot of the guys that call those high school games are somewhat beginners. Now, we got plenty of veterans out there as well, but he would critique them and get them to be better officials.
It's all about mechanics. I mean, you know, and I've said this before, umpiring high school baseball, there's always three teams on the field. There's the home team, there's the visitor, then there's the umpires. And the umpires are a team as well. And if they don't work together and if their mechanics are not correct, then you can have some issues. And we've seen it before. But there's always three teams on the field, and I think sometimes people forget that.
Speaking of mechanics, did you see the game Detroit and I can't remember who they were playing, where the umpire at third base got in the way of the base runner going home? Did you see the video?
I did not. But I will say this, and I don't know why they do this, and I don't know when they changed the mechanic, because I haven't umpired in several years, and I don't think that they have changed the mechanic. I just think big league umpires are lazy. When do they start standing in fair territory and not in foul territory? Have you noticed that they'll either straddle the line or stand just inside the fair foul line down third and down first?
Yeah.
When? Why? You're in fair territory, and if you get hit, there's a problem.
Yeah, on this particular play, it was a throw from right field, I believe it was, and the third base umpire got inside the foul line, looking basically diagonal at third base, and the throw got away, and when the runner got up, he ended up running over the umpire to get home, and the relay throw from the pitcher backing up threw him out at home plate. Now,
how did they rule that?
He was out. I mean, the umpire is just part of the field. You know, whenever an umpire gets hit by a batted ball, you keep playing.
No, it's dead. It's dead. A batted ball's dead if you hit an umpire. It's dead. Yeah, it's dead.
Nobody's out, and the batter gets whatever the next base is, right?
That's correct. Okay. Yeah, that's why I was wondering what they did at home plate. Again, get out of the way. I mean, and I know that sometimes you can't. I get that. I understand it. I see that. But sometimes I've seen some plays that have been really, really close because they're standing in fair territory. Stand in foul territory where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And that was my question as to why he was positioned inside of the diagonal and not the outside in foul territory diagonal.
I can't tell you that. I don't know why they do that. And I'm sure there's a reason that they started doing that. I don't know what it is, and I can't think of a really good reason why you would have somebody either A, straddle the fair foul line, or B, inside it. Yeah. There's no reason to that I can think of.
Yeah, the only umpire that needs to be in between the lines is the one at second base. You got a four-man crew, right?
Correct. Yep. And you rotate in foul territory, those corner guys and the home play guy, you stay in foul territory.
Yeah.
You stay out of the way. I mean, that's the objective anyway. Yeah. All right. Good news. And I really believe this. This is to me, a terrific decision. Crawford ISD moved quickly. So I'm going to assume that they kind of had an inkling that Coach Robinson was going to be moving on. They went right inside off of their staff and elevated and promoted Sam Moody as the new head football coach and athletic director. And
Great.
Sam played on that 2004 state championship team. I think Robert was the coach, Robert Murphy. But Delbert Kelm was on that staff as well. I mean, you go Robert Murphy, Delbert Kelm, those guys.
It's an interconnected city.
Well, yeah, and Coach Profit. I mean, forever it was those dudes, right?
Yeah,
I mean, and again, Robert and Delbert, I think, are brother-in-laws, if my memory serves me correctly.
I think you're right.
So it's been a family tradition. Anyway, they went and got one of their own. And Sam when I first started interacting with Sam, he was the head football coach and athletic director. And I think even the basketball coach at Valley Mills, right down the road. So when I first started interacting with Sam, he was, because I was doing the sporting goods thing. Sam was the was the AD and the head football coach, basketball coach. I still think he was the basketball coach at Valley Mills. So they went and got a good one, and I think they're going to just keep moving right along. They went 10-2 a year ago. It wasn't like the things that had gone. I think they made one of their deeper runs in several seasons last year with Coach Robinson. So anyway, with that said, congratulations to Sam Moody. He's the new head football coach at his alma mater. I guess that's got to be the coolest things, particularly when it's one of those blue bloods of high school, if you will. We've talked about those schools, the Camerons, the Marts, the Crawfords, places where you go onto a football field, baseball diamond, basketball, whatever. You don't hope to win, you expect to win, and when you don't, you're surprised.
Yeah,
that type of program.
Right.
That's where he's coaching now, and he knows it, and I think that's pretty cool.
Sure.
So good stuff. They may not lose another one now that I've looked at this thing. The Texas Rangers won last night 6-5 over Arizona. Did you say it got a little bumpy at the end?
Well, they gave up 3 runs in the top of the ninth to lose the lead, but then got 3 runs in the bottom of the ninth to win it on a walk-off.
I know the pen is good. The bullpen is good, but they do have an issue in the closer role. And I don't care what anybody says. When you got 2 or 3 guys that you're handing the baseball to, you've got a problem. You need a closer, do you not?
I would think you need, quote, a right-handed closer and a left-handed closer, somebody that you can go to if you've got the lineup stacked with left-handers. You can put a lefty out there. If you got a lineup batting order stacked with right-handers, you go to a right-handed closer. But I would think you need at least 2. But it's always
most of them don't do it that way, do they? Like they have a closer.
I understand, and
this team doesn't have any.
I mean, how many closers are in the Baseball Hall of Fame that I can think of?
I know, but I still think it's an integral part of the game right now. The way people pitch, you're going to get me the first 5, and then we're going to call that a quality start. No, it's not really a quality start. 9 innings is a quality start. Anyway, but that's another argument. Mm-hmm. But you go get me 5, you get me 6 and 7. I need you to set up the closer, and then I need you to be the closer. Oh, if we need a left-handed specialist, we've got one if we need one. That's how they pitch today.
I understand.
And the Rangers bullpen is really, really good. In fact, I think it's maybe the strength of their team right now because their starters are good, but they're not. They're top heavy in the rotation. Would you agree with that?
I agree.
Yeah. At the bottom of the rotation, not so much. And their pen has been really good, except for that. And we've talked to Jeff Wilson about it. We've talked to several people on this program.
Yeah.
About that closer's role and identifying a true closer, and they don't have one, I don't think. So what do you do, right?
Yeah.
You get into games where you give up 3 in the bottom of the ninth, and you better go score 3 in the bottom of the ninth.
Hopefully your starter goes 7 and shuts them out.
But we're not going to let him go 7 because he's got to pitch again for us in 5 days. So how in the world can I let him pitch into the 7th inning? I'm not going to do that because then I got a general manager screaming bloody murder. My investment, you let my investment throw into the 7th inning? But I will say this, you're starting to see more and more of that. It's starting to cycle back to where if a guy's going well, leave him alone.
You pay them more money and they work less time.
Yeah, I kind of like that gig.
Take it if you can get it.
Yeah. All right. And Houston won a game, is that right? They beat Seattle?
I don't know. I just know they're playing them again today at 1:00.
Yep. So there you go. All right. Hey, we're going to get a break right here. When we come back, we're going to dive into the PGA. We're going to dive into some local golf, and we'll do that here in just a couple of minutes. And we're going to do that with Jones Mitchell from Lake Waco Golf Club. We're brought to you in part today by Barfield Sow Insurance Group, where you can make it easy, maybe even a little fun. You seen the commercials? They're kind of cool. But the trained monkeys and all that stuff. Anyway, they've got they look. They're an independent agency. They represent several different groups, so they can shop for the best product at the very best price. That's what they do. Whether it's auto, home, life, or business insurance, they're going to find you quality insurance at the lowest possible price. That's the one and only goal at Barfield Sow. Here's the phone number if you want to check them out and get a free quote. 469-579-4982, 469-579-4982. 4982. Better coverage, better rates. If you want that, you better call them. 469-579-4982. It's Barfield Sow. We're right back with more in a moment.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
Lake Waco Golf Club is a semi-private facility nestled along the north point of Lake Waco, one of the few facilities in Texas to have a full 18-hole regulation golf course as well as an executive 18-hole par 3 golf course. Plus, check out their bar and grill, which is open to the public. And if you're not a golfer, then enjoy time by the pool or even enjoy fishing around Lake Waco. Become a member today and call to book your tee time. Lake Waco Golf Club, where family and friends fun begins. Check them out at lakewacogc.com for more information.
At Waco Bodyman Company, we help you take control of your health with advanced wellness and longevity solutions designed to help your body perform, recover, and thrive. Experience the power of red light therapy with our full body bed design to reduce inflammation, improve circulation, support skin health, and recharge your body at the cellular level. Step into our hydrotherapy room featuring a dry sauna, polar shower, and hot tub. Book your tour today. Waco Bodyman, open 7 days a week in downtown Waco.
When disaster strikes, you need a team you can trust. At Benchmark, we specialize in disaster recovery, construction, environmental remediation, and indoor air quality solutions. With over 30 years of experience, our experts provide forensic architecture, engineering, and environmental consulting to ensure every project is handled with precision and care. From damage assessment to full reconstruction, Benchmark delivers technical expertise and an unmatched client experience every step of the way. Visit benchmarkc3.com to learn more.
Bumblebee Blinds of Waco and Temple is your one-stop shop for custom window treatment, transforming your vision into reality. Choose from a selection of shades, blinds, shutters, and curtains. Bumblebee Blinds stands behind our service and products, ensuring peace of mind with our trusted warranty. Call Bumblebee Blinds today to schedule your design consultation. Bumblebee Blinds, simplifying window treatments one covering at a time. BumblebeeBlinds.com.
Have you heard the latest about CTWP? Let me tell you. How about 2 cents for a color copy? Only Kyocera offers. Don't believe me? Do you really copy your dog? Grab your paperwork and let's compare. I guarantee CTWP has the best prices and service.
All right, we are back in. We welcome you back into the program, and we are, as always, presented by Tow King. Thanks to Gary Hoffman and his team. Going to welcome into the program now from Lake Waco Golf Club, Jones Mitchell. Jonesy, good morning. How are you, my friend?
Enjoying this weather we got going on right now.
By the way, I'm good. Thanks for asking. I didn't know if you knew, but May 14th is National Chicken Dance Day. So I wanted to save that opportunity for you if you wanted to maybe show us a little.
I don't even, is it?
That's exactly what it
Darren
is.
can do it really good. I know that.
It really is. It's National Chicken Dance Day. I just thought I'd pass that along. Hey, before we talk about the PGA, let's talk about some local golf. Yesterday, Baylor women's golf team shoots 6 under over the last 6 holes, and they qualify for the NCAA tournament for the 6th straight year. McLennan men on a heater right now. McLennan women, I believe, are in 11th in the national tournament. So we got some local kids doing some really nice things.
Oh yeah, Connor Elliott sent me the Baylor thing. Bridget, when the girls had finished 7th yesterday, how it showed me her scorecard. I had, I'm walking last night looking at trying to figure out if it's a girl I used to coach. But then I read the article and it was really good. 6th time going to the nationals is really great. Looking into the men, MCC Venture always has them ready to go for the national championship. And the women, they're playing at a course I don't think we've ever played at. It's in Illinois. So they won the at-large bid. So they're doing really good at a course that they're kind of going into blind. And hopefully they have some good weather up there.
Why is it that we have good local golf? And we do. And when I say local golf, I'm talking about our high school golfers do well in Austin. Our Baylor teams always do well. Our McLennan teams are elite when it comes to competing at the national level. Why is that?
I think it starts with the kids. You always have waves of kids where you always see the high school teams are really strong for a couple years, and then you can kind of see a lull. I really think always going back to, the pandemic of 2020, where it brought golf back to life and got more young players in the game. And they wanted to start early, and they get to go to their facilities and work out with some of their friends before they get into middle school. China Spring is starting a middle school golf for a little bit in the spring. So golf is a boring sport when you're young. I was lucky enough to have two sisters. It's always had somebody to play with if I wanted to go out there and, hit some golf balls. We were able to walk on the course. And having that local fight, we had a lot of teams. Crawford did really good. China Springs doing really good. West, I talked to the coach the other day, did really good. A lot of local teams, like you said, are just coming together. And I think you're seeing the pandemic. You're seeing those kids that you can only fish or golf back then. So
that's interesting. I never really thought about that. The pandemic situation kind of opening up the door for kids to go play golf. They certainly couldn't play team sports. That was shut down. So, and you can certainly distance at the golf course 6 feet. That's for sure. So go to the golf course, hit some golf balls, and learn a new game, right?
Oh, yeah. And that just transpires into the college. When I was coaching at McLennan during the pandemic, we knew once we sent the girls home, in my case, it was the girls, once we sent the athletes home, and once, we're home for a while, and they added years to eligibility for the pandemic. Mm-hmm. As a coach, it gave you some gray hairs. Now, for me being a 2-year coach, it was a lot easier, but transferring my girls to a 4-year coach. Now you're seeing those players getting out with their eligibility and the drive to get the best players we can. And I know how we recruited McLennan. Vincer's always done a good job. Mitch, you're talking to him later. He's one of the best recruiters I've ever met. And now he's at Baylor doing the same thing. I'm really excited he's there. McLennan let the coaches be really hands-on and, get out there and go to the high schools and follow them the whole way. So Coach Trocum's got set up really good at McLennan.
All right, let's switch gears. Let's talk a little bit about the PGA Championship. First of all, I was going through the pairings last night and again this morning. Was there one pairing? Because there is one for me, and there were several interesting pairings. But was there one pairing that just kind of jumped off the table at you?
I'll be dead honest. I haven't looked at the pairings yet. Okay. I was doing some more research on this course. This course is. Like we were talking earlier, I had to do some research. I think Keegan went on it in 2018. What pairings did you see?
Well, the one I liked that I really liked, I thought would be interesting for that real true grit golf fan and that novice as well was Roy McIlroy, Jordan Spieth, and John Rahm. I thought that was an interesting,
Yeah.
So, I mean, at any level of fandom, if you will, I think that's a nice pairing.
Well, that's going to be a star pairing right there. They're trying to get the ratings as high as they can. I like that pairing. You're going to see every shot they hit. That is one of the picks. Some of those guys, actually all three of those guys are on the list to be looking out for this week.
Are you so the tee times were early this morning, Jones. And I mean, you got some people that are, 13, 14 holes into this thing and here it is 10:20 in the morning or whatever. So they got off in running here early in Pennsylvania with this golf tournament.
I think, they're an hour ahead of us. I think, don't quote me on that. It's been a while. The PGA Championship, what they like to do is let's get some low numbers out there. And if you have somebody, the lead group's playing good, not getting any trouble, they did say the weather today was going to be that they were worried about rain today. They were worried about rain yesterday. If it did rain, maybe the course softened up. Maybe the green slowed down. It makes the rough a little bit thicker, but the guys might be able to just hit exactly where they want to hit it. This course got bent greens, so you could throw the ball all the way to the hole and kind of whatever action you want to put on it, you could.
When you said you researched this golf course, what was your big takeaway from this golf course? Give me a couple things that fans, when they watch either today and tomorrow, or certainly over the weekend, what are they looking for? What should we look for from this golf course?
Looking at the biggest thing in reading about is the size of their greens. They're going to be really, really big greens. I think the average size is 8,200 square feet. Pebble was like 3,700, just to kind of give you a frame. I didn't look at I should have looked at Augusta. They're very slopey and they are bent greens. And so with bent greens, how we always talked about coaching, putting bent greens, when you're inside 6 foot, play, no break. And whatever break you do see outside of 6 foot, you play half the break. What they're talking about, what I was reading about, was who's going to be able to play an 8-foot putt and play for the break to be outside the hole. So really trusting your lines. So being, a really good putter. That's why Jordan is on the list. He always, when his putter's hot, just like Scotty, he's always fun to watch. And Jordan's a really good bunker player. They also talked about like hole 13, they're going to set it up where either you can lay it to a yardage or go for it. They want to see some of those guys go for it. And they said they're going to have a lot of unique iron shots for your second shots into par fours. And being able to control what side of the green you miss it on, if you do miss it, getting on the right side of the slopes, and how your scrambling is. So mid-irons, putting, and scrambling for me is what I got, just kind of doing some research on the scores.
Let's talk about the championship itself. The Masters is the first one. It's in Augusta. It's an unbelievable site. It's a remarkable golf course. And I think it's probably the one golf tournament that most people want to win. I really do. You've got the British Open, which is unbelievable history, terrific golf courses, typically along the ocean. It's kind of a cool thing. And then there's the U.S. Open, which is our national championship. Then there's the PGA. I mean, is this the baby brother, if you will, of the 4 majors, in your opinion? Because it certainly is for me. I mean, I'm excited because it's a major. We got the greatest players in the world playing golf. But beyond that, it's a golf tournament to me. I mean,
yeah, you're right. So you're looking at, most of the people would love to win at Augusta. I think a handful of them, like myself, instead of Augusta, it would be the Open Championship at St. Andrews, the home of golf. That would be the crown jewel. U.S. Open, Pebble Beach would be great to win. PGA, I don't really know a course, because you're right. It is it could be me being not really into the PGA. It used to be the last major, 2018, 2019, they changed it. We were talking earlier, it could be because the President's Cup, the Ryder Cup gets better views. And then also the FedEx, the playoffs for golf. To me, the playoffs for golf, they play harder courses than the PGA can be based on the location where they are in the country.
Give me a winner.
Okay, winners. I got my let's take Scotty Rory out. Steve wants Sir Nick Faldo.
Okay.
Dust the rust off.
I wonder why Steve wants Nick Faldo. I mean, come on, Steve, seriously.
So Justin Rose for Steve for sure. Justin's always a grinder. John, all these people are at the golf course. Cam Young, let's look at that. Ryan, Ricky is one of his picks. Your boy Darren Shoffley, but he wants to put money on who doesn't make the cut, and we'll talk about that off camera, but he's already picked it. I think some of the underdogs we're going to see, and I have this notes right here, Jordan Spieth, his putting's good, Justin Rose, but 2 of the ones doing some research, let's go Sam Burns, let's go Gotterup, and I was with John too, Cam Young.
Jordan Spieth off to a decent start. I think he's 1 under right now early on. I'm going to give you one, and you tell me what you think of Tommy Fleetwood.
I like Fleetwood. He's been a part of a lot of majors. To me, it's in PGA wins and stuff. He's always been there. I think putting it all together, the back 9 of on Sunday's round, hole 15. Out there is just a long hole. And they talked about this is Sunday, the final round. You got to hit 2 good shots to a par 4. A par right there might consider, if you make the par 4 days, that might be the difference between finishing first and second.
All right, let's talk a little bit about what's going on out at Lake Waco Country Club. I keep calling it country club. It's Lake Waco Golf Club. It's not a country club. Well, it kind of is a country. It's not. It's a semi-private. Let's just go. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I know the swimming pool and all that good stuff's open. I know the par 3 is rocking and rolling. I know you better have a tee time if you're going to get on the golf course, right? So talk to me about tee times. Talk to me about what's going on out at the golf course right now.
Yeah, still have our Thursday night scrambles every Thursday. You want to call early for everything now at Lake Waco. We might still have some spots open. You can play with one other person as long as you guys both are A players. 6 handicap and under considers an A player. Our tournament season is kind of winding down for a little bit. We are going to be putting out the member guest in June this Saturday. I know Ryan is just making sure I say this. This Saturday, we have open to the public night golf, Glow Golf, really? Where you can pick 4 players and you can pick your teams on this. We're going to play the front 9. It's Captain's Glow Ball, and that's a member out there, and he does everything for us. Not on the payroll. He loves that course. And so he has gone out and found us some great glow in the dark stuff. And we set the front 9 of the regulation up, make them all par 3s because those golf balls just don't react like a real golf ball, even though they're double the price. And we play the front 9 twice on the regulation, do scoring in the restaurant. And there's, depending on how many teams we sign up, is how we do the prizes. But it is fun for all the family. So we have, middle school kids out there, and we have grandparents out there. Everybody say, I can't play golf in the daytime, but it's easier at night. It's really hard to lose your golf ball at nighttime. So we do have that this upcoming Saturday. Other than that, it's business as usual. Get a tee time, 254-756-2161.
Jones, write it down. Tommy Fleetwood. I'm just saying.
I got you.
All right. Hey, thanks. Appreciate your time. We'll talk to you next week.
All right. Yes, sir.
See you later. That is Jones Mitchell from out at Lake Waco Golf Club. All right, it is a Thursday in progress. We are in Salt Lake City, where it's a balmy 58, by the way, Lark. We're brought to you in part by our good friends at the Heart of Texas Builders Association. They got the Parade of Homes coming up. That's going to be June 5th, 6th, and 7th. Also, June 13th and 14th. You can get your tickets online at WacoHomeParade.com. That's WacoHomeParade.com, or at any Parade of Home the day of the event. So check it out, and you're going to have a lot of fun. I like doing that. I like bouncing around, looking at all these beautiful new projects and homes that they got going on. And it's presented by the First National Bank of Central Texas. Just go see Dan. He'll give you a loan for as much money as you'd like, and you can build your new house. I mean, it works. That's pretty simple how it works. All right, it is a Thursday edition of the program. We're going to talk with the head coach in his 4th year of the Baylor baseball program, Coach Mitch Thompson. That's coming up next here on the Tom Barfield.
Morrison's Gifts, Waco's oldest family-owned gift store, wants to ask a question to the guys out there. Don't you just love gift giving? Does John Hart, Consuela, or Jellycat mean anything to you? If not, at Morrison's, we have your answers and your back. For 47 years, we have guided men and you ladies through the trauma of selecting the right gift for the right person. Come and see us at 4312 West Waco Drive in the Brazos Square Center, close to Jason's Deli. That's Morrison's Gifts, owned by a proud Baylor Bear.
Lake Waco Golf Club is a semi-private facility nestled along the north point of Lake Waco, one of the few facilities in Texas to have a full 18-hole regulation golf course as well as an executive 18-hole par 3 golf course. Plus, check out their bar and grill, which is open to the public. And if you're not a golfer, then enjoy time by the pool or even enjoy fishing around Lake Waco. Become a member today and call to book your tee time. Lake Waco Golf Club, where family and friends fun begins. Check them out at lakewacogc.com for more information.
Is your roof ready for the next Texas storm? Don't wait for a small leak to become a big problem. Call JK Roofing of Waco. Whether you need roof repair, a full replacement, or a professional inspection, JK Roofing has quality workmanship and dependable service you can count on. Locally owned and committed to protecting Central Texas home and businesses. Call JK Roofing today for your free estimate and get the job done right the first time. Call JK Roofing 254-744-2211. JK Roofing of Waco. Strong roofs, honest work, and peace of mind.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
It's the premier charity event of the year, the 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, presented by Ascension Providence. A fun evening filled with great food and drink, dancing, a spectacular auction, and more. This year's theme is Nashville Nights, Neon Lights, and Bullfights. Get your tickets now, donate, or be a sponsor. Help support the American Cancer Society to find a cure. The 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, October 24th at MCC Highlander Ranch. For more information, go to CentralTexasCattleBaronsBall.org. Bumblebee Blinds of Waco and Temple is your one-stop shop for custom window treatment, transforming your vision into reality. Choose from a selection of shades, blinds, shutters, and curtains. Bumblebee Blinds stands behind our service and products, ensuring peace of mind with our trusted warranty. Call Bumblebee Blinds today to schedule your design consultation. Bumblebee Blinds, simplifying window treatments one covering at a time. BumblebeeBlinds.com.
All right, welcome back into the program. We are presented by Tow King, and we're glad to have you with us. We're joined now by the head coach of the Baylor Bears, Coach Mitch Thompson. Toppy, good morning. How are you?
Hi, Tom. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, you too. Let's just dive right into this thing. Last road trip of the year, and boy, first of all, that's amazing. It seems like yesterday we were kicking this thing off, but here you go. Talk to me how you approach this weekend. Big 12 tournament's just around the corner, and you still got an eye on the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, no, this weekend's it's just it's the next weekend. We've all been bumped up a day because we're going Thursday, Friday, Saturday for the Big 12 tournament starting next middle of next week. So, trying to give ourselves an extra day before that tournament starts. So that's what the conference has chose to do. And so yeah, we'll go Thursday, Friday, Saturday this week, and then head to Surprise and go from 75-degree weather here at Salt Lake to 105-degree weather in Surprise. So, yeah.
I looked yesterday. It was 108 in Surprise. I thought, okay, here we go. But it's a dry heat, Toppy.
It's a dry heat. You won't be able to sweat or drop. So,
exactly.
What a deal.
Hey, when you look at your club, what do you like about this team right now? You're 26-25, and for me, and correct me if I'm wrong, sometimes when it kind of gets going a little to the side, they find a way to pull themselves right back and get right back in the lane, if that makes sense. They've done that on several occasions. I really love that about this club.
Well, it's been a team that has had some ups and downs and a little bit of a roller coaster at different times for sure. Been very resilient, bounce back, other guys stepping up. We've dealt with quite a number of injuries. We've dealt with, some different adversity and stuff. And then, somebody else steps up. Quick example, we lose J.J. Kennett Tuesday night a week ago at Texas State.
Mm-hmm.
So Braden Buchanan is our catcher. What's Braden do? Well, Braden hits the home run, and in our win on Sunday against UCF, and so it's been kind of an interesting club. Other guys are stepping up constantly. We'll have a little spell where we struggle for 2 or 3 games sometimes, but then we go on a little run and we win 4 or 5. And so, I'd like to go on a nice run and win 4 or 5 here, in the Big 12 tournament. We need to win this weekend. This weekend's a big weekend for us. If we can win this weekend, then we give ourselves a chance to have a bye the first day of the Big 12 tournament, which would be a nice little perk. And then we'll have to crank it up and try and go win 4 or 5 games.
You mentioned injuries, and first thing that came to my mind was third base. I mean, you've had several kids that have had to step up and play third base for you, and right now, Land Close is doing a really nice job for you over there.
Yeah. Again, on Sunday, I think I gave him one of the game balls. I gave both him and Buchanan one of the game balls from Sunday. Cole walks, he gets a hit, he scores 2 runs, we win 5-4. That's a pretty big day, and that's coming from the 9 hole. And again, this is a guy that 2 weeks before that, hadn't had an at bat yet all season. Had been waiting his turn, continuing to work and do good stuff, but we had people ahead of him, and then all of a sudden he's thrown into the fire and really thrown into the deep end without a life preserver. Here it is, big boys, start getting after it. So he's done a really nice job for us defensively. He's getting on base. He's been hit by pitches, drawn walks, getting a hit here and there. And, So to be down 3 or 4 guys in different spots, we're competing well and still trying to do good things.
Visiting with Mitch Thompson, the head baseball coach of the Baylor Bears in Salt Lake City to take on the Utes beginning tonight, 7:00 Texas time. Coach, this conference is incredibly interesting to me. I mean, it has been – well, I mean, you just don't know. I mean, last weekend, I thought Kansas was about to just absolutely put it away and then get on easy street for the rest of the year. And then here comes West Virginia. And now West Virginia's breathing down KU's back to win the conference championship in the final weekend.
Yeah, no, it's a very deep conference this year. I think it is most years, but I think a lot of years there's a distinct top and there's a distinct bottom to the league, and I think that it's different, because University of Houston. I'll just give you an example. University of Houston is currently in last in our league, but this is a team that beat the University of Texas. This is a team that beat Alabama. Those two teams are going to host regional tournaments. And so, every week you're in a fight with some talented players and talented teams, and it just depends on where they're at. Are they playing well, or are they not playing well? And that's one of the things we've talked to our guys about. If you want to win, you got to play well, and you got to pitch well, and you got to play well. It's not going to happen if you don't, because you're playing somebody that's good enough that can flat take it to you. So. KU did look like they were boat racing the league. They'd been on about a 5-week heater, won so many games in a row, playing exceptionally well. They got a chance to host West Virginia last week, where West Virginia, if they're going to get back in it for the championship, needed to sweep them. And lo and behold, they did. And so now Kansas is kind of struggling a little bit. They've lost 4 or 5 in a row. It's a roller coaster for everybody. It's not just around here at different times.
Talk about Sunday, and I was telling someone this the other day. If you don't love the beauty of baseball, Sunday you had Tice hit the home run that got him the record, and then immediately behind him, Janney goes yard and ties Max Muncy. And those home runs were important pieces to the puzzle to winning the baseball game as well. It was just one of those days at the ballpark that you won't forget.
Well, the first 2 days at the park had been rough, right?
Yeah,
it hadn't gone well, and we're down 4-0 in the 3rd or 4th inning of Game 3, and that's when Tice hit his 2-run shot, followed up by Janusek's solo home run, and both of them setting records and breaking, all-time records here at Baylor. And those are really neat things for those kids, and those are neat accolades for them for a long, long time. But for our team, it was huge because it got us right back in the game and gave us the feeling that, hey, we can get this done. And then we went on from there and ended up pulling it off 8-7, I guess, is what I remember. So, It was a good day. It was a good fight. We needed Ethan Calder to be great. We needed our horses at the top of our lineup to be great. But it was interesting how the guys at the bottom of the lineup, Buchanan and Lankloss, had such a big impact on winning the game as well.
Coach, talk a little bit about coaching Tice for us. You feel like I kind of feel like he's been around here for 5 or 6 years, and it's just been the one season. I mean, he's just kind of, you just kind of, I don't know the word I'm looking for. You just feel connected to him. I mean, he's that kind of kid.
You know what? You're exactly right. I think the connection is a great word for him. Really, really, really easy kid to like. Really, really easy kid to pull for. As humble as they come. As competitive as they come, as good a person as they come. You can't say much more about him than that. As good a teammate as they come. He's been an absolute joy, and we're so excited that he's with us. We're so excited for the year that he's had, and I don't want it to end. I want him to keep going. I mean, he's got the record now. Keep it. Let's change it every day. We're going to play tonight. Let's change it tonight. Let's play again tomorrow. Let's change it again. So he's got the ability to do those things, and it's just been really fun. It's been really fun watching him do his thing and how he's handled it, and how humble of a kid he really is. Because he's obviously one of the huge stars on our team, and had such a phenomenal year.
And the record that he broke was that of Charlie Carter, and their stories are incredibly similar, and they're kind of similar people, aren't they? And I know that you have great love and respect for Charlie as well.
Oh yeah, no, and they are. They're incredibly similar people. I mean, both senior transfers, both first basemen, both right-handed hitters, both guys who are really good students and tremendous teammates, and kind of guys that step into a program in 1 year and become captain. And then I love the fact that Charlie Carter played with us for 1 year, and here we are 28 years later, and I'm getting texts from him, and we're communicating, and we're the bond that you built in 1 year playing is just something that's lasted an entire lifetime, and I think that's the way it'll be with Tice as well. I know seeing his parents at senior day was a lot of fun, because they just could not be more elated with the experience he's had here at Baylor, and that's what Baylor is. That's what this place is. That's what this program's about, and I think the relationships that we've all built will last us all a lifetime.
And when you look back at the video, I watched the video the other day of Charlie visiting with Tice. I kind of felt like I was intruding listening to that, watching the video, but I mean, it really was pretty cool, wasn't it?
No, it's awesome. It's awesome that Charlie wanted to do it, and Tice was anxious to meet him, and I told both of them about the other guy, and then I get off they get off the thing doing that, and the next thing I know, and I'm hearing from one of them going, "My gosh, what a great kid! I love him." And then the other guy going, "Man, Charlie Carter, I love that guy. That guy's a fantastic, person. I'm so glad I got the chance to meet him and visit with him." And it's fun. It's fun seeing that. And so no, they had a great talk, and I think Baylor's doing a great job too at highlighting what a great accomplishment it is. When you're talking about the all-time record, how many players have played here? How many great players have played here? And nobody's done that. So, let's keep it going.
Final thought for you, and I'll ask you this question probably again in about 6 or 7 hours, but give me a scouting report on Utah and what you like about this club and where you attack.
Yeah, there's a couple things I don't like. Number one is, their guy Coulter McAnally is a really good pitcher, right-hander. Guy that really competes. He's been an all Big 12 type guy. His numbers aren't all off the chart great, but this guy can really pitch, and this guy will really compete. The second thing is that they probably will have about 6 left-handed hitters in the lineup. We're playing up here in Salt Lake City. The ball's going to jump. It's going to travel. It's a great new ballpark. We got a chance to work out there yesterday, American First Ballpark. Nice quaint ballpark, really well done. But the ball's going to jump. Thankfully, the wind's not going to blow very much out here, so it'll play about as big as it probably can play. But you get concerned about that a little bit up here, and I think that's why some of their pitching numbers are a little bit elevated. Some with ERAs and stuff is that they play so many games here, and their offensive numbers are awful good too. They've got a bunch of 300 hitters and about 6 left-handers in the lineup. They can give you fits. So this is a team you don't want to get them going. Last weekend they played at TCU. The ballpark there at TCU probably played pretty big. It looked like, with the wind blowing out at Baylor, that means it's blowing in at TCU. The games were very close, 3-1, 3-0, 4-2, something like that. So very, very competitive games. So Utah's a good challenge. We're tied with them right now. I'm assuming that if Kansas can take care of their business, which they're obviously fighting for a Big 12 championship down at BYU. BYU is actually one game ahead of us right now in 8th in the league. But if we can tie BYU at the end of the thing, we'll win based upon our series win over them, get the higher nod for the tournament. And so, this game this weekend's it's a big game for us. We've got a chance. We've got 3 games left. If we can win all 3, then we'll finish 15-15 in the conference. That's a step up and an improvement. If we can win the series and Kansas can take care of BYU, then we'll finish in the top 8 and get a bye on the first game of the Big 12 or first day of the Big 12 tournament. So we got a lot to play for, and Utah's got a lot to play for because we're all tied up. So should be very competitive.
Toppy, thanks. I appreciate your time this morning. I'll see you at the ballpark tonight.
Thanks, Tom. See you guys.
See you later. That's Mitch Thompson, the 4th-year head coach of the Baylor Bears, our guest this morning on the program. All right, we're going to get a break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about, we're going to talk a lot about all the games that are going on. We've got a lot of Central Texas high school softball and baseball games going on. These teams are still rolling in the state tournaments and moving towards Austin or Round Rock, if you will, and we'll talk about that coming up in a couple of minutes. We're brought to you in part today by Double R Old Fashioned Hamburgers. That's 18th and Herring. They're open Monday through Friday from 10 until 4:30, Saturdays 10 until 2. Hey, look, if you got a wedding coming up, I got a niece getting married on Saturday. There's a lot of weddings and things going on. If you've got something going on, you got a big graduation party coming up in a couple of weeks, you don't want to cook, let Double R cater for you. They can cater burgers, they can cater, but they can cater anything that you want to cater. I mean, they'll do filet mignon if you like. I mean, that's what Perry and David do. They are wonderful when it comes to putting together a menu for catering. So check them out. It's Double R Old Fashioned Hamburgers. They're open Monday through Friday, 10 until 4:30, Saturdays 10 until 2 o'clock at 18th and Herring. And we're right back with more in just a moment.
Since 1996, Double R Old Fashioned Hamburgers at 18th and Herring has been serving Waco's best burger. There's nothing better than a delicious burger cooked just the way you like it, with garden fresh toppings on a buttered bun. Add tots, fries, curly fries, or onion rings for a perfect meal. So what are you waiting on? How about Double R Old Fashioned Hamburgers today? Double R Old Fashioned Hamburgers is open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. Double R Old Fashioned Hamburgers. And don't forget to ask about Double R's catering.
It's the 2026 Heart of Texas Builders Association Parade of Homes, brought to you by the First National Bank of Central Texas. Tour a variety of homes at different price points, plus see the latest trends from beautiful kitchens to outdoor living spaces. See the latest colors and design patterns. This is your chance to walk through homes, meet the builders, and get inspiration for your own projects. The Heart of Texas Builders Association Parade of Homes, June 5th, 6th, and 7th, and June 13th and 14th. Tickets are available online or at any parade home. For more information, go to wacohomeparade.com.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check him out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
Shopping for insurance shouldn't feel like a guessing game or a root canal. At Barfield Sow Insurance Group, we make it easy and maybe even a little fun. Need auto, home, life, or business insurance? We've got you covered. Literally. We work with multiple top-rated companies to find the right fit for you so you get great coverage at a price that won't make you wince. Because our goal is simple. The highest quality insurance at lowest price possible. Call Barfield Sow Insurance Group today at 469-579-4982 for your free quote. Better coverage, better rates, better call them.
Family owned and operated, Jasper's Barbecue is serving up Texas-style barbecue meats and sandwiches and all the fixins. Enjoy mouth-watering brisket, ribs, pulled pork, and don't forget the potato salad and barbecue beans. Located in Waco on Elm Street, right off of I-35, open Tuesday through Saturday 10 until 2 or until the food runs out. Stop by today and enjoy the best barbecue around. Voted one of the best barbecue joints by Texas Monthly. That's Jasper's Barbecue in Waco. You won't leave hungry.
Morrison's Gifts, Waco's oldest family-owned gift store, wants to ask a question to the guys out there. Don't you just love gift giving? Does John Hart, Consuela, or Jellycat mean anything to you? If not, at Morrison's, we have your answers and your back. For 47 years, we have guided men and you ladies through the trauma of selecting the right gift for the right person. Come and see us at 4312 West Waco Drive in the Brazos Square Center, close to Jason's Deli. That's Morrison's Gifts, owned by a proud Baylor Bear.
All right, you're back with us on the program. We are presented, as always, by Toe King. Thanks to Gary Hoffman and his team. We mentioned, Lark, that today was National Chicken Dance Day, and that's a big day. But seriously, today is – you remember George Lucas? Wasn't he the Star Wars guy?
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. Today's his birthday. He was born on this date, 1944. But the single most important thing that happened, in my opinion, on this date, May the 14th in 1804, the expedition, the Lewis and Clark expedition, began in Illinois on this date in history, May 14th in 1804. So how was the trip, Lark?
Believe me, I would have loved to have been on that trip.
Yeah. Okay.
I was born a little late for that, but no, I would have gone on something like that. That's the type of adventure I like.
Yeah, I know you do. A couple of things here. We've got Midway softball coming up on, I guess it's our sister's channel. I don't know how to describe it. I mean, it's Midway.tv.
Our partner.
Yeah, that's right. Our streaming partner, Midway.tv, and we'll have a crew down there at A&M Consolidated for game one of that best of three series beginning tonight. But there's games everywhere because we got so many teams that are still moving forward through the softball and the baseball state tournament. I saw a great article in the Waco Trib yesterday or day before on the Central Texas 4A district with China Spring, Gatesville, and Robinson all still going out of that same district.
Yep. There's all kinds of softball and baseball going on. So let's kind of get into that. First off, I want to show you the softball schedule. You've got Jonesboro and Ector played yesterday in Class A, and Jonesboro won that doubleheader, so they'll get Cross Plains next. But you mentioned Midway. They're taking on Grand Oaks at A&M Consolidated, 6 o'clock tonight. Also, you've got Bosqueville going up against Honeygrove. That is in Athens at 6 o'clock tonight. Also, on the baseball side, you've got you got like 10 games here, starting off with Lake Belton and Melissa. Then you got China Spring and Bullard. They're in Ennis. Gatesville is taking on Huffman, Hargrave, and Caldwell. Robinson going up against Lufkin Hudson. That's in Huntsville. Then you've got Academy going up against Huntington. They're playing that in, I believe, Navasota. Grandview and Orangefield going up in Waller. Bosqueville is going to be in Duncanville at 6 o'clock tonight, starting their best of three against Cooper. Crawford taking on Collinsville. They are playing a doubleheader starting at 5 o'clock today in Godley. Then you've got Valley Mills and Munster. They're going to play a one-game playoff on Saturday. That ought to be interesting.
Wow.
And that's going to be in West. And then Oglesby and Gordon playing in Class A. They're playing in Brownwood. They're going to play a doubleheader starting at 3 o'clock today. And if they need a third game, I guess they'll play that on Friday. That's not all that's going on. You've also got junior college baseball going on as the McLennan Highlanders are taking on Weatherford in the Region 5 Junior College Super Regional. That's in Weatherford at noon today. The other two teams involved in that are Howard and Midland. The winner of this double elimination tournament advances to the Junior College World Series in Grand Junction, Colorado. Then you have the softball super regionals. They have Region 5 is going to send two teams to the JUCO Softball World Series over.
How did that work out that way? How did Region 5 get 2?
I guess because they got great competitive softball there, and I think there's like 32 teams that make it. I'm not sure but there's a lot of teams that make it to that softball World Series over in Oxford. But yesterday, McLennan won their game 8-0 over Western Texas. Meanwhile, Odessa took care of Weatherford 11-3. So they're underway as we speak. Odessa and McLennan are playing right now in the winners bracket. Weatherford and Western Texas will decide who's first out at 12:30. Then they'll come back at 3 o'clock, and the winner of that game between McLennan and Odessa will play the winner of that Weatherford Western Texas game at 3 o'clock. And then the championship game is tomorrow at noon. And of course, if they have an if game, they'll play it right after that. There's also a Region 5B tournament that's going on. That is the one going on in Temple, where Temple yesterday defeated Frank Phillips 9-1. And it was Grayson in 10 innings taking care of Midland 1-0. So Temple and Grayson playing each other in the Battle of Unbeatens. Frank Phillips and Midland playing the elimination game. They'll come back at 3 o'clock with the two winners playing today. And that'll set up the championship game at noon tomorrow in that particular tournament. And that's kind of what all is going on, Tom, and all of this stuff that's going on at this time of the year in the playoffs.
And let me just say this, the Temple championship is in Temple. So they're playing that one there. So if you want to get out and see some great softball at the college level, you can ease down to Temple and watch that regional or that super regional tournament.
And one other, right here in Waco at Bosque River Ballpark, tonight at 6 o'clock is the Region 14 baseball super regional. That is a 2-team best-of-3 series between Northeast Texas from Mount Pleasant and Blinn Junior College from Brenham. They're meeting here as a halfway point, and they'll decide which team out of Region 14 of Junior College is going to go to the JUCO World Series.
A lot of moving parts, a lot of stuff going on. So there's games to go see. But I encourage you, get out and see these high school kiddos, man. They got some good stuff going on. And they're playing all over the state of Texas, and they're playing in your backyard. I promise you, no matter where you live, where you're watching this show from, there's a game near you. It just is. Hey, we're brought to you in part today by Waco Body Man, and they're at 116 Mary, and you can check them out 7 days a week in downtown Waco. It's about living better. It's about longevity, and it's about just feeling better, and it's that's what you're going to get with Waco Body Man. Longevity solutions designed to help your body perform, recover, and thrive. That's simple. Check them out. You can talk to Thomas Wenzel or Todd Behringer or any of the guys over there, and they'll give you a tour of the facility. I've mentioned this before, but it's about 7,000 square feet. This is a cool place. You're going to want to see it. It's called Waco Body Man, and they're right there at 116 Mary. We'll take a break. We're coming right back with a look ahead to tomorrow's show. We'll do that next.
When disaster strikes, you need a team you can trust. At Benchmark, we specialize in disaster recovery, construction, environmental remediation, and indoor air quality solutions. With over 30 years of experience, our experts provide forensic architecture, engineering, and environmental consulting to ensure every project is handled with precision and care. From damage assessment to full reconstruction, Benchmark delivers technical expertise and an unmatched client experience every step of the way. Visit benchmarkc3.com to learn more.
At Waco Bodyman Company, we help you take control of your health with advanced wellness and longevity solutions designed to help your body perform, recover, and thrive. Experience the power of red light therapy with our full body bed design to reduce inflammation, improve circulation, support skin health, and recharge your body at the cellular level. Step into our hydrotherapy room featuring a dry sauna, polar shower, and hot tub. Book your tour today. Waco Bodyman, open 7 days a week in downtown Waco.
Looking for insurance that truly fits your life? At Barfield Sow Insurance Group, we make it simple. Whether it's auto, home, life, or business insurance, we represent a wide range of top-rated companies, so you get the coverage you need at the price you'll love. Our mission? Delivering the highest quality protection at the lowest possible cost without cutting corners. Call Barfield Sow Insurance Group today at 469-579-4982 for your free quote. Barfield Sow Insurance Group, coverage you can count on at a price you deserve.
It's the premier charity event of the year, the 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, presented by Ascension Providence. A fun evening filled with great food and drink, dancing, a spectacular auction, and more. This year's theme is Nashville Nights, Neon Lights, and Bullfights. Get your tickets now, donate, or be a sponsor. Help support the American Cancer Society to find a cure. The 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, October 24th at MCC Highlander Ranch. For more information, go to centraltexascattlebaronsball.org.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check him out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
Is your roof ready for the next Texas storm? Don't wait for a small leak to become a big problem. Call JK Roofing of Waco. Whether you need roof repair, a full replacement, or a professional inspection, JK Roofing has quality workmanship and dependable service you can count on. Locally owned and committed to protecting Central Texas homes and businesses. Call JK Roofing today for your free estimate and get the job done right the first time. Call JK Roofing 254-744-2211. JK Roofing of Waco. Strong roofs, honest work, and peace of mind.
All right, welcome back to the program on this Thursday from Salt Lake City, Utah. Lark, it is we got a heat wave going. We're up to 61 degrees. So it should be in the 70s today and tomorrow, and I think it starts a cool front coming in on Saturdays. We get out of here. But
enjoy your ideal weather while you can before you head to Surprise.
Yeah, and well, actually, crazy me, I'm going to head back to Waco on Sunday and then turn around and head out to Surprise on Monday or Tuesday. I don't know. I just, they tell me when to go and I go. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. But yeah, but they had 70-mile-per-hour winds out here yesterday.
Woo!
And they're going to have snow on Sunday. So it's you know, it's weather.
Sounds like Texas.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Coming up on the program tomorrow, you mentioned Robinson's taking on Lufkin Hudson, and that's one of the few 4A schools that does not play football. I think they put all their eggs in the baseball basket, and so they're good. So Chris Clemens is going to join us, and he's going to break down game one. They play game one tonight, and Chris will break down game one for us and look ahead to game two, and we'll do that on the program. I think right now we have Chris Berry scheduled to be on the program. Not sure that we're going to make that happen because he may be a little busy playing softball. Yeah. But I'm going to touch base with Chris a little later on today and just kind of see where we're at on that. But I will tell you this. We're also going to effort Sam Moody, the new head football coach at Crawford. So may have him tomorrow, may have him one day next week. We'll see where it fits into his schedule at. And because I'm sure he's got a couple things going now that he's the new head football coach and AD at Crawford, particularly with their baseball team still rolling in the playoffs. So,
absolutely.
A lot of stuff going on. All right. A lot of fun. Hey, thanks for all your work back there. What time did you get up like 9:45 this morning, just roll into your man cave and do this thing today?
I'll take the fifth on that. I bleed the fifth.
You bleed the fifth. All right. All right. We got to go. Again, we'll be back with you tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Mountain Time, by the way, from right here in Salt Lake City. Thanks for being a part of the program. Thanks to everyone who's sponsors the show. We certainly do appreciate all of our local sponsors for being a part of the program. We will see you tomorrow morning at 10